Good. Wonderful. I'm going to mute everyone. Hold on. Okay, good. All right. So David Skoltedi and myself were here. We have this beautiful team. All of you guys, look in the mirror. Every day you're a blessing to whoever you're around. And we recognize that right now the world is in a state of crisis. This is something that no one anticipated at all. None of us knew this was going to happen. This was not the first trauma happening in the world, and it's definitely not the last. And so every single one of you, we live in a world where there are a lot of people dependent on jobs that are servers, that are hosts, that are in the hospitality industry, that are in events planning. All of the massive major events are getting closed. Obviously, our Las Vegas event got closed. Dave and I talked to each other the day, an hour after we found out it got closed, and we just said, okay, we have been dealt this hand of cards. What are we going to do to lead our team to victory still, right? What can we do to turn this crisis into opportunity for all of you? And so there's a few steps that we're going to go through that can be things that you can proactively do to focus on servant leadership, to focus on serving as many people as you can, to focus on helping yourselves get out of this panic mode and into action, focus, and productivity, right? And so we thought, well, you know what? Now it's going to be a virtual event. It's going to be a virtual Las Vegas event. None of us have to get on planes. None of us have to, do anything but stay safe, healthy, and germ-free in our home. And we get to all be together now, virtually on this event. So we can have way more of you and all of your new affiliates on this virtual Vegas event. I will tell you, it's going to sell out. It's a free event with only 5,000 spots, and we're in, My Daily Choice has 750,000 active affiliates, okay? So 5,000 spots, 750,000 active affiliates, do the math. So I want you guys to get a spot. I want every single one of you to get a spot, and I want your new affiliates to get a spot. So if you have not registered, do it right now. And also make sure your new affiliates are registered as well. We want this to be something where we can all collectively have a quarantine party together virtually on our computers, which is what we can do with technology these days. Dave, do you want to add anything to that?
I'd love to. I just think it's a great intro into it, Dana. I think that, I'm not sure what we would call this quote unquote opportunity. I mean, for lack of better terms, let's call it the Corona opportunity. I guess I don't want to minimize the situation. Obviously there's a lot of energy flowing, and what I've personally found is when I've been in front of the TV, and I tend to have CNBC, the financial news on all day when I'm working. And when you're exposing yourself to that, it can drive you crazy, And so over the last couple of days, this week, there were a couple of times where I was like, I got to get out of my apartment here. And I just went and took a walk, and it was pretty liberating. So I think that's the first message is that, how one deals with a situation like this, it's all about the mindset. Now I know we're all in different situations. Some of us have children that'll be, home from school. Some of us are personally affected, with our jobs. And it can be very stressful, right? It can be very stressful, but I think it's time to rise above the herd is I guess the best way I can explain it. This is there's a herd mentality out there. And, sometimes you have to go against the grain with things, I'm not minimizing the fact that we need to be smart, we need to be vigilant, all that kind of stuff. But, I did a live on my personal profile the other evening about creating your own economy. And I think this is a really significant opportunity. We don't want to make it the issue, but the thing is, most people, when they create or plan a plan B or build a plan B, they wait until they need one. And what I'm here to tell you is you don't want to do that. You want to be ahead of the curve. You want to build something ahead of needing it, if that makes sense. And so, what I've experienced, and again, I've been in this business for 27 years. There's been 2 core recessions during that period of time. And during those recessions, network marketing tends to thrive. It tends to thrive. So I think there's an opportunity here. And I think, as Dana was mentioning, I think it's like anything else, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. I think, when we're out there talking to people, you never want to sell the features, you always want to sell the benefits. So the ability to build a virtual business, the ability to have location freedom, the ability to potentially take the edge off of the financial strain ahead of time are great things to do, and I think that being present, with kids, being present with the family is an important piece. But I think, the thing that I've been just trying to process this, so I'm kind of thinking out loud a little bit, but this whole week I'm trying to process the right language around this as I kind of embark on my own personal, prospecting efforts. And I think the one thing that we all have that we can leverage is, I guess, what I would call relationship capital. Relationship capital. We all have relationships with people. Most people, though, interesting enough, don't really leverage it for some reason. There's all what gets in the way, unfortunately, is that fear mechanism that keeps people from leveraging a particular relationship or a particular influence that you have over a person, a group, an organization, whatever it may be. And I think it's important to really just kind of harness your own personal brilliance. We all have it in some degree. And I think we just need to kind of take a deep breath, just really relax, because we get caught up, as I said, if you're watching the media, mainstream media is really hyping this thing up. And I'm not discounting the severity of it, because I think there is some severity to it. We have to kind of curtail this quote unquote epidemic or pandemic, I guess, that's going around. So we just got to be, smart, be vigilant, but I would really encourage you to leverage that relationship capital that you have. And I know a lot of you have a lot of that in the tank that you haven't deployed. You haven't deployed that capital yet. And so anyhow, I think that's just a take on it. I don't think this is I think anytime there's chaos, there's opportunity. I really do. Yeah. And so, our objective today is to kind of, help mastermind on a way to do it. Now, again, the basics of this business haven't changed, guys. The basics haven't changed. It's an exposure business. But how aggressive we get, how much action we take, that's going to be up to us as individuals and collectively as a team. So does that make sense, Dana?
Yeah. I was thinking what you just said was so powerful, because I'm a holistic doctor. A lot of you on here are empaths or energy workers or light workers of some way. And it's pretty powerful what we allow inside of our minds and our hearts and our souls. And so I think that I would encourage all of you guys to take control over what you're allowing inside, over how much you watch CNBC, over how much you watch the news or watch. Just be mindful of what you're taking in. And then I would encourage David Sandy to stop having the finance channel on all day long, stressing you out. So the first thing to get started is be proactive about what you're putting in. So I would encourage every single one of you, if we're going to be quarantined for 2 weeks, start putting in good info every single day. How many of you feel like your skill sets are on point right now? Or do you feel like there's room for improvement? Type a 2 in the chat if there's room for improvement. And so I personally feel like this is a new opportunity, a new company, even for me and for Dave. And so I want to be sharpening my skill sets at all times, because I know that's going to turn around and help and ultimately be what helps the people that I serve better. And so in this time period where we're thinking, okay, we're forced to slow down. First of all, what a gift that is sometimes, right? What a gift that we're forced to say no. We're forced to be homebodies. We're forced to cancel travel plans, cancel spring break plans, cancel all of the go, 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 go and noise in our mind that often stops us from being able to build our business, right? Distracts us from being focused on our business. So we're forced to say no to everything that's not important. And it's a gift because now we get to choose what we take in. So I'll tell you some of the things that I'm taking in. I'm deciding that I'm going to read one book a week. This one I've already read, but it's a great one. John Maxwell, 21 Indispensable Qualities of a Leader. John Maxwell's our keynote speaker at the MDC annual event in August. Sorry, I have a puppy chewing on my chair. So hold on. Bad Lulu, no. Be a good girl. You say hi to everyone. Hello. Hello. If anyone would like her chewing on their chair, I'll send her to your house. Stinker. Here's another one. Mindset. Mindset. It's an incredible book, Carol Dweck. And here's another one. Girl, stop apologizing. Okay, we don't need to apologize for being entrepreneurs. We don't need to apologize for having home-based business. Be loud and proud and excited about what you have to offer, okay? So I'm deciding to take in good input to boost my skill sets. YouTube videos, podcasts, books. There's so much free content. Audible is $14 a month to have a, the amount of books on my Audible. So I'm proactively going to try to combat the negativity and take in good to build my skill set so that I can serve more people. I encourage you guys to do the same, okay? So focus on what you can bring in to build the skill set so the amount of people that you can help. The other thing I'm going to urge you guys to do is show up consistently on social media. Show up consistently. That means schedule out your posts, focus on your content right from a heart-centered place. Think about the panic and the fear that people are creating and think about your personal inner genius. I loved what Dave just said about your brilliance. What is your brilliance? So many of you are so brilliant with holistic medicine. So many of you are so brilliant. Maria, your brilliance is going to be the hair care line. That's your brilliance right now. And the Mama Stress CBD. So I urge you to focus on what can you bring to this space from your however many years you've taken to be an expert in hair care, right? What can you bring about this salon quality, luxurious hair care line? Because people are going to be shopping online while they're home too. What do we do when we're stuck home? I know because I'm in Florida and we have hurricanes here. So we'll have hurricane parties and we have times where we're home more and we shop more, okay? So that's just how it is. So focus on your brilliance. Jessica, I see your brilliance being educating on prevention of disease by what you're taking into your mouth. How can you control? You can control it by limiting your sugar. You can control it by eating fresh whole foods. You can control it by calming your central nervous system with something plant medicine, right? Which is our CBD. And you can control it by what you're taking into your inner circle and allowing in your energy. I see a gorgeous, beautiful post from Jessica that's going to get shared. And what kind of offer can you give to people to encourage them to share, right? So I'm giving away my free PDF to one person that shares this post. Reach more audiences that you're not normally around. Make social media friends. Join Facebook groups that have anything to do with your brilliance and show up in the world, because right now we have a free business opportunity. MDC made our affiliate option free. They took away the $20 barrier and they made it free. Dave, do you want to talk a little bit about that and why that's like so exciting? It's not even funny.
I mean, it's interesting. First of all, I just love how you said about people need to harness the light and the positivity in their lives. And I think that's actually a great theme that, when it comes to being present on social media, I mean, it's kind of funny, man. When I page through my feed, all I'm seeing is toilet paper memes, and it's either toilet paper or somebody trying to tell you that their product's cure will keep you from getting coronavirus. I mean, it's utter insanity, quite candidly. I mean, I'm not discounting the fact that one can boost their immune system. Lord knows, Dana sent me to Whole Foods yesterday, and I spent $100 on all kinds of things, and almost broke my foot dropping the bottle. That's a whole other story. That's a private joke. But anyhow, I think, look, I think price is only an issue with an absence of value. This opportunity, if somebody looks at it properly, we could charge $1,000, and just for the affiliate fee, and it shouldn't be an issue to represent something like this. In other words, if you wanted to start your own CBD business, and I actually have a couple friends, and there's actually probably a couple on here that have been in the cannabis CBD business, they can vouch for the fact that it takes a lot of resources, a lot of manpower, a lot of technology to do something like that. And here it is, people talking about a $20 affiliate fee. Now, with that said, I don't think you make that the issue. But I just think, from my perspective, when I saw that, I was just like, this is just a company that's just doing the right thing. That was very refreshing, So I think it's not that people can get involved for free, because I don't think there's anything for free. Matter of fact, I think it's important that as we're going out there and selling an opportunity, as it pertains to representing the world's largest CBD company, as it pertains to being able to own and operate your own online CBD business or virtual business in general, the price shouldn't be the issue, But I think the fact that they did waive it is fantastic, and it's a great thing to kind of leverage, So I mean, Dana, why don't we talk a little bit about how to go about doing this? I know you and I have been brainstorming over the last couple of days, and actually we've done some pretty awesome, I guess, for lack of better terms, we didn't really coin the phrase, but like a virtual business showcase where we've kind of isolated with people, isolated with certain individuals who were launching their business. Is that a cool thing to talk about?
Yeah, for sure. Because when there's crisis, you kind of, it shows first of all, when there's crisis in the world, you get to see what people are made of. You get to see if they're going to shrink down. You get to see if they're going to live in panic and fear, or you get to see if they're going to rise out of the ashes and create opportunity for their lives and take care of their families in a big way. And so I believe we train our minds for success. I believe we train our mindset towards the action steps that are needed for success, that create results. And so one challenge I'm going to give to you guys is I want you to earn something in the next 24 hours. I want you to start training your mind to sell out of servant leadership, if that makes sense. Sell out of making their lives better. It's something that people genuinely need. You can be of service to them. You can give them an opportunity to make income themselves, right? And I want you guys to train. So earn in some way. It doesn't even have to be MDC. I don't care. I want you to train your minds to earn, because it'll ultimately come back to your MDC business and your skill sets. I want you to sell something. Okay, are you guys up for the challenge? Just tell me in the chat. If you're up for the challenge, I want you to sell something in the next 24 hours. I want you to sell something on Facebook Marketplace. Sell your CBD. Think about your content. Think about how you can serve others. Think about what people are genuinely needing in their hearts right now. Okay, and so ways to do that, right? And we're focusing on okay, now we've always worked from home, right? But we did do a lot of in-person events. We were going to do our Las Vegas One Team Works launch event, which I promise you guys, we're making it up to you. We will make it up to you in a huge, gigantic way. We haven't figured it out yet just now, but I promise you it'll be big. It'll be incredible. And we'll all hug it out when the time is right. when there's no germs, we'll all hug it out. But for now, we have to shift. We have to shift and make it so that we can work through quarantine. Okay. So that means virtual business showcases, showing up online, having conversations, picking up the phone and asking our friends, how are you doing? How are you feeling right now? How can I help you? What can I do for you? You know, just genuinely being concerned. But for us, we are going to do pockets of business showcase, pockets of teams to do business showcase events. And for example, last week we did one for Susie Belcher, who had Kenya, South Africa, Ghana, and Philippines on her business showcase Zoom. We did one for Aniko, and she actually translated the business showcase for Hungary and Romania. So in Europe, where it's on lockdown, she's showcasing a way for them to earn income. That's a beautiful example of turning lemonade, you know, from lemons and creating opportunity out of crisis. And so we're encouraging you guys to do the same. We have James and Jen, James O'Reilly and Jen Larkins are going to be doing their launch event Thursday night on Business Showcase. So just highlighting some people that are wanting to really put it on the map, schedule it. Stephanie is going to be doing one for her team, I believe on Monday or Sunday. You got to tell me when, Steph. So it's like we have easy flyers we can create for you. Reach out to us if you want pockets of team business showcase Zooms. We're doing it. It's where the team gets to promote into something. And that's really important, don't you think, Dave?
I think it's really important. And I just want to kind of elaborate, the reason why we're not just saying, hey, on Thursday night, business showcase, come bring guests, quite candidly, is because there's very little accountability. In other words, we can do that, and some people will just show up. Some people want. We believe, and we've experienced it over the last week, that when you isolate the opportunity to one individual, maybe it's two individuals, maybe it's three, maybe it's a little bit of a team, that it forces you to get out of your comfort zone, right? B, it allows for some one-on-one coaching and mentorship to really help you get out of that comfort zone and put you into action, okay? Dana and I are not judgmental, okay? We each have gone out and have been in your shoes and have gone and promoted things and have people not show up, right? But there is a way to increase or improve that number of people who show up to see what you have to offer. Now, just to be clear, this is not designed to replace the tour. It's designed to work in conjunction with, So for example, Dana mentioned reaching out. It's important that you reach out. Like, we're not going to drag people across the line. We want people to say, you know what? I hear it. I want to be mentored. I want to win at this. And as a result, will you do something for me? Like tomorrow, like Monday at 3 p.m. or Tuesday at 9 a.m., I want to put an effort forth to bring 5 to 10 people to meet you and to hear about My Daily Choice, to hear about how they can create their own economy, to learn about how they can have a virtual business and partner up with some amazing people, like all of us, right? And then just isolate it right there. Okay, so that opportunity is there for each and every one of you. We're opening up our schedules for that, and would really encourage you to really reach out.
Yeah, we'll have fun. We're going to have fun and help you earn some money and help you show what you're made of as entrepreneurs. That's what I think. So the other thing is, there's a quote that I really love by Jack Welch, and it says, change before you had to. I encourage all of you guys to change before you have to change. So if the world is going in this way, and we see the news and we see the panic and we see the scary situations and we see the fact that there are people that own their own business that are going to be okay. There are people that work from home in a virtual business that will be okay. And then there are others that have different careers that might not be okay, that might be looking for a change. But at this point, you can change now before the world forces you to, right? You guys have the opportunity, or maybe you have already been changing because of that. You are already being proactive. You are already focusing on what you needed to grow. And I mean, I see that in all of you. I believe that. And so change before you had to. The other thing is well, this is just goes into the challenge to earn something in the next 24 hours. I believe it shows you what you're made of. I believe it's like saying to yourself, what can I do to create this opportunity for myself? What can I do to step up and build my skill sets and polish my skill sets, right? And get them better, and doing a business showcase Zoom and talking to people, getting pre-enrollees. You know, major congrats to Dina for getting 10 pre-enrollees in this week. We challenged last Saturday for you guys to get 10. And maybe you didn't get 10, maybe you got 7. But hey, that's 7 that you wouldn't have gotten otherwise. You know what I mean? And so I think that's pretty incredible. So out of crisis comes opportunity. The only other thing I'll say is remain humble and still hustle. Remain humble, keep your integrity with your posts. And what I mean by that is be respectful for the people that are actually in pain. There are a lot of people actually, especially in Asia, that are really going through it right now. Look what Maria said about Philly and South Jersey and what they're doing where she is, total lockdown. And so maybe it's not that way in other areas. It's not that way where I'm at in Tampa because we don't have that many confirmed cases. No, but I believe it might be that way in a week, right? So we have to still be respectful and loving in our posts and remain humble, but then at the same time, hustle and go for it, knowing that there are a whole lot of people we can still serve. And there are a whole lot of people we can help with education, with adding value, and with our plant medicine products.
It's brilliantly said, Dana. It really is. It's amazing. It's amazing how, and this goes back to the culture and the community that we're building here, you know, a heart-centered leadership revolution. And I love what you said about being humble. I've actually seen a lot of posts, they kind of come across, I think, the wrong way. I saw one in particular this morning when I woke up, and the person was suggesting, oh my gosh, thank God I have a home-based opportunity. My family's not affected by this, you know. It's like, I mean, I understand the positioning and then the kind of the approach to it, but that's not the way to do it. I think what Dana said is the right way to do it, to reach out to people and say, hey, how are you? like, is everything okay? You know, I heard, I mean, what you know in your community, how this is affecting people, you know, whether it be the school closings. I mean, keep in mind, there's a lot of people who are really kind of mentally struggling of how they're going to have their children watched that are coming home. You know, that are home from school. I think Maria said there that they're not really doing much, and they're suggesting people homeschool their kids. I mean, that seems a little, that's just kind of interesting to me, but it's a very difficult thing to do. But, you know, I think if we're empathetic in our approach versus egotistical in terms of, oh, well, we have this. I mean, let's keep it real. You know, we have an opportunity and we're just excited about what we're doing. But if we stay genuine and empathetic in our approach, I think it's much more impactful, much more powerful. So why don't we do this, Dana? Why don't we open it up for people that may have, questions regarding anything we've spoken about?
Yes.
So we're here to serve here.
Let's open it up. I want to hear your voices. I want to hear what's going on with you genuinely. I want to hear what you're doing to create opportunity out of crisis. And also I want to know your plans for the next 2 weeks. I want to know what you're going to be doing, so that we can all learn and grow. Who would like to go first? Jessica, unmute, girl.
So I have just miraculously made a huge batch of fire cider over the past like month and a half. And so we're not in lockdown in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And so I have probably 20 people coming to my house to get fire cider in the next 2 days that I'm giving away for free. They're all going to get to try CBD. They're all going to get to hear about this opportunity and have like a belly to belly with me. And I'm just really excited to be someone in the community that's, you know, being proactive, you know, making medicines, teaching people how to make it. I'm going to make some thieves oil today, a bunch of it, and some thieves vinegar, and just be teaching people and sharing. I'll give some essential oils, and I'm going to sell some.
So
And
smart.
I'm going to sell some CBD and sell whatever else from MDC.
So smart, girl, because you're bringing people into your fold. So you're basically doing like the free book offer for ClickFunnels, but with your home and fireside, right? So you're like, I have this immune building plant medicine herb drink that you can come and get for free. And when you're here, you're going to get a squirt of CBD. You're going to try these mantra essential oils. You're going to see my beautiful hair. And you're going to see all the products that I offer. And then you're also going to get exposed to a free business opportunity. Ah, that's genius. So you're basically doing nonstop opportunity events in your home every time they come over. Genius. And
Yes, I just have a question about fire cider. Is that a derivative of Fireball? What is
I don't know what Fireball is.
I've never tried it personally, but I have seen I've seen it around. I'm just kidding, not just joking. Sorry about that.
It's a ferment of garlic, hot peppers of all different kinds, and then you make it with, you can add onion, but I normally don't. I did ginger and turmeric and horseradish, and then you just let it sit in apple cider vinegar for a month. And then you strain it off, and you take a teaspoon of it a day as an immune building tonic. And if you're getting sick, you can take 1 to 2 tablespoons a day as an infection fighter. And then you can, when you strain off all of the yummy food, you can just use that as your spices that you cook with for the next couple months. Wow. It's the best thing ever.
Genius. Oh my goodness. I wish I lived closer. I wish I lived closer. I would be coming and getting some and helping you squirt some CBD. That's awesome. Yeah, I tell you what, man, having a bottle on hand to give people a squirt is one of the most effective things I've noticed this week. I kept a bottle on my clinic desk, and every patient that came in got a squirt at the beginning. And then by the end, they realized how good they were feeling. Like they were like, wow, I'm so calm. They're buying it after. They were literally getting on the link and buying it right after. So it's almost like giving them that taste makes a big difference. Thank you, Jessica. I love that. Free offer to have an upsell at the end. Genius. Genius. Okay, good. Who would like to go next? Don't be shy, guys.
Hi guys.
Hi, Janet. Hi.
How's everybody? So I have a potential exciting opportunity. I've been hooked up with this group of ladies. They have this place called Mystics by the Sea, and they're kind of they do Reiki. They do a lot of spiritual work, past lives, tarot readings. And I've been hooked up with them for about a year, and I've been trying to do essential oil parties over there. So I had a party last night. It was a sip and sniff where you just come and, you know, can experience the oils. Well, it was kind of a bust, except this lady walked in off of the street, and we just started talking, and somehow I brought up CBD. So she's actually going to join today. And then I'm going to have a meeting with the ladies at Mystics, because I think that as practitioners, they could all offer their clientele CBD products.
I 100% agree.
Yeah.
just the healthy inflammatory response, right?
Well, and for the, if some of their people are coming to them with, really hardcore issues they're going through, it could help them with, stress and anxiety. I know it's helped me with anxiety. So, and,
Yes, that's great.
and yeah, I mean, Anthony's hollering from the other room. I have a huge testimony of it with my eczema and an anxiety from driving. I live in the northeast part of Connecticut and I'm scared to death to drive on the roads. And now I'm just like, flying down the highway. And it's helped with eczema. I mean, I don't even need, this was my bag of skin creams. And now I just have this and this. So
Yay, girl. That's awesome.
I have two huge testimonials, and the other day a lady at work called me the queen of calm, and I'm like, yeah, that's it. It's the CBD. So I'm hopeful that the mystics, that maybe, those ladies there can offer it. They can, maybe have a line and they can offer it to their.
My best advice, Janet, is to speak boldly. Speak boldly to them. Okay. And have posture and just say, this is helping so many people. People want this product and it's plant medicine and it really helps. And this is how it's helped me. And I believe it's something that your people will really benefit from.
Right, exactly.
And I would love to see a Queen of Calm testimonial on our CBD lounge.
Okay.
As well. I think that would benefit and help so many people.
Absolutely. I'd love to share and help how it's helping me and help others.
And I love to see Anthony on Facebook Live, too.
He just did it today.
No, that was great to see. I loved it. Good job, Anthony. Yeah. Good job. Okay, good.
There you go. All right, guys. Thanks.
Awesome. You're so welcome. Who would like to go next?
All right, here's my goals for this week. I see this opportunity of you and David doing a showcase with us, with some of our pre-enrollees or even prospects, is huge. I mean, if we don't take advantage of that, we're missing a huge opportunity. Another little side note, David, you and Dana know that I work at, do engineering at one of the newest Amazon facilities. They are giving their associates an opportunity, if they need it, to take unpaid leave anytime they need it. If the school closes, whatever the need may be. And that's all great, but they don't get paid. So I cannot actively prospect at the Amazon facility, but I can, have side conversations and things like that. And people are very, very conscious, like, what else can I do to have something to fall back on? So, that's what I'm working on is a showcase. Getting out and getting 10 people, it's very much a struggle for me with the number of hours that I work, but, I really have to utilize my weekends to work on my prospects. So that's what I'm going to do this week, because I'm going to get on social media. I've been off for quite a while. I love doing the live videos anyway. So get back on that and see what I can do to help people, not necessarily just promoting the business, but just, being that servant leader out there.
And you, Daryl, have to be really careful because you're around so many people and you're the big boss there. And I know it's a gigantic facility. And so you guys have to make sure no one's coughing. No one's, well, I'm sure they're taking
about 1,000 people there every day.
Oh my goodness.
And they've also said this kind of tells you, what's happening with the market. Stores are out of a lot of goods. If you go on Amazon looking for toilet tissue, there's none. But they have told us that they're anticipating the volume of business through our facilities will be very similar to peak, which is Black Friday through Christmas Eve, if you can.
Yeah, I think the same thing. Amazon is looking for opportunity out of this crisis.
Well, they just got to be prepared to have the people to run it through their facilities. So it's going to get crazy, and I really feel for the people in Washington and up in the Northeast that everything is locked down, because I don't know how I would function. I go crazy.
Yeah.
But it's even weird here where we have very few cases. Stores. I'm from hurricane areas myself there on the Gulf Coast, so I know what it's like when a hurricane's coming and there's a panic and the stores, the shelves are empty, and that's the way it is now. People are stocking up on bottled water. Like, do you think the water supply is going to fail? Why are you stocking up on bottled water? So, you can't use logic in a panic. That's the moral of that story. But we can, offer some calm when people are receptive to what am I going to do, and something's going to happen again, and what am I going to do down the road if something happens to my income?
Yes, I totally agree. I agree 100%. We can be the calm in their storm. We can be the calm in their panic. We can give them a roadmap to success and to get themselves out of it and to earn some income. And then we can also stick together as a team. We can all of us together stick together and help, this team win in a big way.
And one other little side note, I have friends that are farmer reps, and this has been going on for probably 4 or 5 years or more. There's a lot of upheaval in the farmer reps. I mean, there's a lot of consolidation. There's products going off of patent, and people are getting laid off because it's gone generic, and just back and forth. And there's just a lot of upheaval there. It used to be a very great way to make a living, and for a lot of people it still is, but it's getting a smaller and smaller opportunity. So I've got ones that are very open to looking to this opportunity that have been in pharma for all their life.
So that's a good point, Daryl. I would almost say if you have any of those contacts, those are the ones we need to talk to. You know what I mean? Because they approach this opportunity with the same way they approach making appointments at doctor's offices, like the same skill sets they've already learned. They could be very, very profitable at this. I love that. Okay, good. Hey, wonderful. Okay, Dr. Sarah, would you like to go next? I see you had your hand up. You on, girl?
Yes, I am. Sorry, our furnace went out this morning, so I'm not camera ready, so you can just listen. So these are my goals for the next week. I want to plan my 90-day run and launch my business. I want to have everything set up for massive success with this company. By the way, thank you so much. I am so much on fire and loving you and Dave and this team. Amazing. I'm reading a book a week. My goal for this week is 15 pre-enrollees, 4 affiliates, and 5 customers. I'm going for people who are drug tested and cannot use the THC CBD. So I have a lot of truck drivers, teachers, emergency medical folks, and things like that. So, I've identified need, and that's great. And also the daily posts on social media, just getting back in there with leading with my heart. How can I help? And I was thinking, I can just start spitting out tips on what to do with your kids and not to get overwhelmed, and how to refocus attention and really leverage my background for that. So that's where I'm going, girl.
I love it. I love it. That was so good. And I loved how detailed you were and how you had your goals completely mapped out to the T. 15 new pre-enrollees, 4 new affiliates. Like I think it's really important to be paying attention to the details. When we're asking for abundance and when we're asking something from the universe, we need to be very detailed. And I like that, Sarah, that those goals were great. And I think you're going to do it. I have absolutely no doubt. Proud of you.
Thank you. Yeah, and for me, the launch is the most important because I want to make sure that I do this and am set up for success right out of the gate. You know, I don't want to start and sputter or anything like that. So I've been talking to a couple people who are really close to my inner circle to get them on board. But other than that, Dennis and I are just kind of like holding back. We're starting to use the products, seeing how we feel, have these great pictures that we took in Florida. So hopefully you can see some, you know, immediate or 2-week afterwards effects using the products, so that when we do start, we're really, you know, right out the door and headed for success. So that's at least where we're thinking.
I love it. Yes, the launch is the most important. You got to get that plane off the runway. So you got to go full throttle in order to get some traction and get it in the air. So that's awesome. Wonderful. Proud of you. All right. I know, Stephanie, you had your thing on unmute. Steph, you want to go next?
Sure. So first of all, just personally, I'm going to just come in with just complete positivity. You know, being a mindset and a transformational coach, this is like my jam. So just staying positive on social media, reminding people of really like who we are in this crisis. Because, you know, I just saw somebody talking about the fighting in the grocery store. I'm like, come on, like bringing that kindness and that love, reminding them that we have to stay in that centered heart space. And then personally being a teacher for, you know, working with kids for like 30, I don't know, some years, it's really touching my heart to know we've got a lot of kids that are in crisis mode right now that, you know, I don't even want to go into that, but there's been a lot of crisis in the school district. I've been working part-time and as a social emotional coach for the teachers. So I'm going to offer a free service for these kids to be able to do some social emotional care and wellness with me during this time. And I just feel like that's so important because that's my heart, is to help these kids during this time. Because I know all that free time, these are the kids are, you know, a lot of times their home is their trigger. They don't have a structure. They don't have those loving boundaries like the school provides. So I want to do that. And I want to be working with some amazing kids that are going to be empowered to help me on that journey. And then as far as the business goes, I'm just going to continue to do what I have been doing, but I'm going to ramp that up. And I took David Scoldetti's, finally, David, his, you know, going through my alphabet, A to, and I'm still on my A's, you guys. I'm like, oh my God, I've got 3,000 contacts. It's a lot of people to go through, but I'm keeping myself on that and keeping track of that. And then I'm also, you know, reaching out to people on Facebook personally. And then I am also wanting to work with my team. I've got such an amazing team. So many of them are on here right now, and just really supporting them and helping them reach their goals and using this time to, you know, get on Zooms, do masterminds together. And Dana, thank you so much for offering to do a business showcase with us. And if you guys haven't heard from me, we're definitely going to plan that in the next 48 hours. And we can bring people on and really use this time to do the virtual events and showcase the business and how this can be a gift during this time. And again, just coming from the heart in that. So I'm actually looking at this as an opportunity. And I have to say, you know, I didn't realize how blessed we were, you guys, until that we actually, you know, we had the quarantine, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is what I've been doing for, you know, 2.5 years, you know, working my 2 businesses from home. And I'm just feel so incredibly blessed that we can continue making this growth at home and then helping other people that are looking for it as well.
So I don't know if any of you guys have heard of this Jack Johnson song, Better Together. Have you? Do you guys love that song? So that's the song that came to my mind when I thought of this team and this Zoom this morning, the linking arms, the being proactive. Steph is taking ownership over her team and leading them out of crisis and into a space of love and kindness and motivation, and helping them find out who they're made of, what they're made of. You know what I mean? And so I believe that we can band together, get as many people as possible on our virtual event this Saturday. That's one thing I would say. Make sure all of you are registered and they get every single one of your affiliates registered. If they weren't engaged or aren't engaged yet, this could be what gets them engaged. That gets them placing their product order, that gets them in activity. There are a lot of people that got a $20 spot. There are a lot of people that got a $20 spot since our launch. We have what, 500 something more new team members. So we have 500 new team members. How many people need to actually make a decision, get engaged, and events do that? Crisis does that, right? We can band together, create bonds that will last forever, help everyone win and be better because of the crisis, right? Turn opportunity into it, and then also get as many people on that virtual event, because events are where people make very big decisions. Good, awesome. Thank you, Stephanie. We're gonna do an awesome business showcase for your family. And I loved hearing all your voices today and your genius ideas. I love the brilliance on this team. I love the fact that every single one of you is a puzzle piece, and when we are put the whole puzzle together, we are whole and we're one, and we're still looking for more puzzle pieces, right? We're looking for the other puzzle pieces that are meant to make us whole. And so that's what we're doing. We're reaching our wide net out, and we're offering it to anyone that needs this to be their saving grace. So David, would you like to jump back on with us, and we'll close this out?
Yeah, no, it's great. This has been great. I just love the fact that, we're only 2 months into this endeavor, and each and every week we're growing together. We're coming up with new content, new thoughts, which is great. And I think that's what really creates a great community, a great culture. But as you know, where the rubber meets the road is action, right? So it's great to talk philosophically about a lot of things, but where the breakthroughs happen, that's where the magic happens. So I would just encourage each and every one of us to have our own personal breakthrough this weekend, which in essence entails getting a little bit out of our comfort zone, reaching out to people who we just, either haven't had on our list or for some reason have been challenged to reach out to. Because as the saying goes, you never want to prejudge. You never want to make a decision for somebody else. And so, I'm just excited about it. Today's a work day for me. Matter of fact, I got a 9 p.m. I don't think in my 27 years I've ever done a 9 p.m. opportunity Zoom on a Saturday night. I'm actually pretty excited about it.
I have an 8 p.m. tonight.
Oh, well, good. Maybe I'll join you.
Yeah, you need to join me and Ken, because we have an 8 p.m. with the Philippines.
Oh, well, we're going to the Caribbean. Marissa and I are going to the Caribbean. We're opening up Curacao and Aruba, and so should be some fun stuff. But anyhow, it's just great. I'm really excited about what's going forward. I mean, independent of the drama that's going on in our society, the opportunity we have is pretty extraordinary. So as Dana mentioned, just be sure to get registered for the virtual event. Never assume anything. So definitely be super proactive with getting your affiliates registered as they come on, and ultimately up until those 5,000 seats are taken. And it's going to be really cool. It's going to be really awesome. So anyhow.
So before we go, can we give 1 minute to Abby? Abby, can you unmute? She had something she wanted to say.
Oh, sure.
Hi. Sorry.
Hi, beautiful.
Hi, my video's not working. I apologize. No, you had asked us about our stories. All I was going to say is that I've been in the service hospitality industry for 13 years. And so, of course, they are one of the largest groups that are affected by this right now. And what I've been doing is whether I was close to the old coworker or not, whether I've recently spoken to them or not, I've reached out and I've said something along the lines after first looking at their profile and kind of gauging their energy on the issue right now. But then I've been kind of saying like, hey, just wanted to reach out to you. You're awesome. I miss working with you. And right now my company's offering this program for free, and it's a way to start making income right away. I know you're affected by this, and I know how painful it was to be making money in our industry, even without a mass virus or issue with our country. So now that we are experiencing this, I just wanted to keep you in the loop because I do remember how awesome it was to work with you. I've been kind of posing it like that. It's not verbatim for every single person, but again, I've just been gauging their energy on the situation on their profile first, and then reaching out to them and showing that, it is that self that heart-centered, outreach. I don't want them to think that I'm like, oh, cool, like business opportunity, because that is what we're discussing. But, at the end of the day, as long as they kind of feel that authenticity, I feel like it has been helpful. I actually had someone, I know we've talked about how it takes, 7 to 10 exposures for someone to get on. One of my prospects from 3 years ago, I just reached out to her and was like, your artwork is so gorgeous. I keep seeing you posting about selling your artwork because in Vegas, everything's canceled. Well, my company has got our CBD, blah, blah, blah. We're offering it for free, and I want to keep you and your peers in mind because I know, I met you in a hospitality setting. And she was like, oh my goodness, hold on, I'm selling an artwork piece right now. She was like, but I want to hear more about this. It's just like super important. So I don't want to take up the rest of the time. I know we all have lives and people to help, but I just wanted to like kind of highlight, we hadn't talked about that part of the industry that's affected yet. And it's been really, really important because they are, they have a hard time paying bills on a regular basis, not to mention now when it's like, there's like tumbleweed in the streets. So just wanted to share that industry is looking too.
I love that. Everyone, let's give Abby a gigantic congratulations for signing her very first affiliate today. We're grateful for you. The first of many. Congratulations. We're cheering you on.
Thank you. I'm very
so
excited.
Proud of you.
Leah's on right now, so everybody welcome Leah. I'm gonna add her to our page in just a little bit here, but Leah is a rock star. I used to work with her in the service industry. She is currently has a different full-time job, but I know Leah is truly going to rock this. She is an animal lover, so I think she's gonna have so much fun sharing CBD with her family and friends.
Welcome, Leah. We have our arms wide open to give you a big, giant virtual hug. And we're proud of you and very smart decision jumping on this opportunity. Very smart decision. So, yay. So I'm just going to say as we close this out, guys, do more good, serve more people, help people win, focus, get really focused, and I promise you, you're going to get paid. And so thank you guys for jumping on. We're proud of you. We love you. Let's schedule some business opportunities, showcase Zooms, and get exposure to all of your prospects. I'm proud of you guys for showing up for yourselves today. Bye, guys. I'll unmute everyone.
Thank you as always.
Bye, you guys.
We've been a pack for today's round.
Oh yeah, but this is all CRC, so I can't just run the CRC all day. So that's why I'm starting to add other stuff.
That was
Because Maggie's is all
Love
the
you
CRC.
guys.
I have a shotgun, so
Love you, girl.
and then I'm going to higher grade, which only has 2 CRCs and 2 regular. And I'm gonna call Dan.